You gotta admit, that's pretty damn nice. The Siffleur Wilderness Area. Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm here at the Kootenay Plains Ecological Reserve in David Thompson Country. Gonna be heading out, crossing the North Saskatchewan River, then the Siffleur River, on my way to Siffleur Falls in the gorge. It's just a short hike, but it's good for all ages. The only real issue here is the two suspension bridges. If you have dogs, very tricky to get your dog across the suspension bridges. This is really like the only little descent as you start to come down. Hey guys, trail starts off after you come down the little hill. You walk through this little treed-in area to start with. You can hear all the different birds and stuff going off. Always remember though, do carry bear spray when you're here in the Kootenay Plains Ecological Area. There are some other trails too here to go around. There's the Siffleur Flats. There's a trail along the North Saskatchewan River that I'll mention to you guys later on down the trail. And there's Rabbit Run, which is another trail on the side of the bridge. I'll show you guys that trail as well as we get to it. Definitely a must-do hike, even if you're just in like going to Banff or Jasper and you're doing the Icefields Parkway. You should cut off and take the Highway 11, the David Thompson Highway, sign for Nordegg, Rocky Mountain House, and come up to here. It's not that far, maybe half an hour at the most from the turn off from the Icefields Parkway. And if you're coming from Nordegg or Rocky Mountain House, it's just after 2 o'clock Creek, which is a campground you can stay at a first come first served basis. You need cash though. There is a lot of crown land camping around here though. Preacher's Point is like 10 minutes down the road. Very famous area. It says a mosaic of plant life. Look around, you're surrounded by islands of white spruce with skirts of juniper, groves of black scarred aspen trees, and clumps of grass and wildflowers. Like all plants, these species can only thrive when temperatures, moisture, minerals, and sunlight are suitable. Here in the Kootenay Plains, where the montane and subalpine natural regions meet, there is a wide variety of species in adjacent regions. Changing scenery. 500 million years ago, this area was covered by a shallow ocean. Over the course of millions of years, thick layers of lime crystals and clay were deposited on the ocean floor. Pressure from the weight of the layers on top, along with heat from within the earth, turned the lime crystals into limestone and clay into shale. Even as the mountains were forming, wind, water, and gravity set to work to weigh them down. Wildlife oasis. The mountains can be inhospitable during the winter due to deep snow, avalanches, and cold temperatures. Bird species that are unable to find enough food migrate to warmer places. Some mammals, including bears, marmots, and ground squirrels, avoid the challenge of finding food in winter by hibernating or entering torpor, which is what grizzly bears do. It's like hibernation, but it's not the same. The Kootenay Plains provide essential winter range for ungulates like elk, mule, and white-tailed deer here. They can feed on a diversity of grasses, shrubs, and trees swept clear of snow by wind. These hardy mammals are joined by equally hardy species of birds, including the Clark's nutcrackers and mountain chickadees, that take advantage of the variety of food and cover provided by this landscape here. Scientists divide landscapes up into regions and subregions based upon vegetation, landforms, and soil. You are standing in the montane subregion, an area that typically occurs in lower elevation mountain valleys, where wild winters and warm summers are common. White spruce, balsam poplar, and shrub meadows grow in the wetter parts of this region. Douglas fir, trembling aspen, lodgepole pine, along with patches of grassland grow in the drier area. As we come along right here, I'm going to turn left to go towards Siffleur Falls and cross this suspension bridge, as you see right ahead of us here. But if you look this way, that is also a trail. If you have a dog and you want to keep walking, it goes on for quite some distance, has some amazing views that'll take your breath away. So just know that if you do want to come and walk around, but do make sure to have, like, you know, your dog on a leash, and make sure to pick up if he happens to use the bathroom, as this is a protected area. So right now we're going to walk across the the North Saskatchewan suspension bridge over it. Whoever built this bridge did a good job. Might not be the one wanting to fall in here. Water's a little high for this time of the year. As you can see here, currently just walking across through here, checking it all out. It's a great spot. And like the view just continues and keeps going. Once you come off the bridge, there are two little side trails that go down to the water. We just came from back here. Little side trail on both sides. You want to walk down there. Fill up your water bottle, your platypus, life straw, etc. And because this is a protected area, we come up next to a boardwalk. And then we have a sign here that says, "This sensitive ecological zone has eroded due to large numbers of visitors through this area. The boardwalk is provided to help control the erosion." You know, so try to stay on the trail. Hey guys, so we're coming to the end of the boardwalk. About to hit the next little area. As you can see right here, there's another trail that cuts off after the boardwalk. Goes to the right. Want to get a nice photo? Check up there. Walk up to the top of that. Really nice view. Overland flooding ahead. Potentially. There's a sign here that says caution. Stay on trail. Siffleur Falls is 2.4 kilometers from here. So you're not looking at a super long trail. It's like 4 kilometers each way or something like that. So right now, we're going to walk along here till we come to the suspension bridge going across the Siffleur River. After you go past the boardwalk, there's a trail here on the left, and it comes from over here back in through there. We just have a thing from Alberta Parks that says "Do not enter," just in case you're planning to go down through there. Another caution area here. We have a stump there. Looks like it's been torn apart by a tree there. Looks like it's been torn apart by a bear or something. Could be a good reason not to walk that way. Good potential, could have cubs. Not sure if that's the reason or not, but it would make sense. Look at the devastation of that stump. Same as here, they don't want you going in there. Or it could just be to protect the sensitive habitat, but that did look like it was tore apart by a bear, which makes total sense. Another area that's closed off over there. It could be too due to all the rain that we've had. They don't want people damaging the trails, causing erosion. As you can hear, hopefully, we're coming up to the Siffleur River. It's another beautiful little bridge here. It's an actual bridge, so if you get your dog across the first one, he'll definitely walk across this one. It's just getting across that first suspension bridge. As you can tell, though, this is a little bit more mountainous of a stream. But what a view. Like, it looks good in the video, but when you see it in real life, like, it's definitely pretty amazing. I'm going to be showing you this here river too, farther up closer to the falls. It becomes an actual gorge, like a canyon. It's really nice. Do be wary though of areas like this. There's a crack in the bridge about halfway out. Got some little gaps in it, you know what I mean? Pay attention when you're walking. Not so much for adults, but a kid could drop down. Now we cross the boardwalk. Right here you can go straight, or you can go right. Keep walking up along here. And you have another trail here that goes across through here. No bicycles allowed on this trail though, as it goes down. And as you can see up here, this trail continues going along. And then this is the area that cuts back into here. So if you missed the first one, come back into this area here. And it says you are entering a backcountry area. Beware of natural hazards and stay back from dangerous cliff edges. Safe viewing locations of the gorge and waterfalls are provided on the Siffleur Falls Trail. For your own safety, please stay on the marked trail. There was a memorial at the falls for a person that had drowned there. You know, definitely be careful. Hey guys, as you can see here on my GPS, this is my GPS map 66i by Garmin Satellite Communication. You can see that I have a little pair of binoculars there. That's the viewpoint, and I also have the picture of the little camera guy. Good spot for photos there. If you are planning on going here and you're looking for that, it's pretty easy to find. Worst comes to worst, maybe in the future, if this video does good, I get enough views, I'll include the GPS location. So remember to share this video with all your friends and family. Comment. Ask any questions you have, or if you have questions on this hike or any other hike, I'd definitely be able to help you. I also have a website, backcountryviews.com. On there, if you go to the maps, go to David Thompson Country, and then it's broken down by region, and go click on the Kootenay Plains Ecological Area. You'll find this. You notice the trail is longer though. It does go down to the other waterfalls past the normal one. It is a little trickier to get down through there. Might need some route finding. So today though, I'm just going to show you the actual Siffleur Falls. When you're walking along and you see this root area here along the path, it starts to go up. There's a trail here on the right. Take this trail down, you know, but only if you feel comfortable. If you have little kids and stuff, you might not want to come this way. So now I'm down here. And as you can see, here we're getting closer to the actual viewpoint. So I guess the location will be here. I decided to include the turnoff for it. Just remember though that it is, sides up here are very steep. You know, don't go walking on the vegetation or anything. Stick to the path. You'll be seeing some beautiful views coming up. This video might be a little bit longer than my normal videos, but that's only so I can show you guys all the great parts of this. This is definitely one of the nicest hikes in David Thompson Country. And it's easy, so a lot of people have the opportunity to do this. But as you can see here, you are walking along the bank. The trail does go there, and if it's raining or anything, I wouldn't suggest this. Right here we're about to go up because we're about to enter towards where the canyon is. Definitely don't suggest doing this if it's been raining or rained within the last couple days. I can't get over though how good these shoes have for grip. I mentioned in one of my previous videos that I'm using the North Face off-trail Gore-Tex shoes. As you can see there, the grip on them. They're amazing. Highly recommend them. See, we're starting to gain up in elevation. Looks like the sun might be coming out finally. The views are pretty awesome. There's a sign here. Caution, attention, dangerous cliff, stay back from the edge. Show a little dude falling. I have hiked this trail quite a few times. Still got to be careful though. Hey, look at that. Just amazing, eh? I'm going to leave you on here while I walk up along the canyon. Just remember, if you are walking this though, like, don't do this in the winter time or anything like that, even with micro spikes, as the moisture here makes the ice here almost like glass. So even with cooler micro spikes or yak tracks, it gets pretty sketchy. Falls look nice when it's frozen. Look under my shorts, I have a short on the Siffleur Falls when it's frozen. An amazing view of the canyon. This is the gorge, the Siffleur Canyon, and as you can see, you definitely don't want to fall down the edge here. It's basically straight down to the water there. Wouldn't be a very enjoyable trip. Maybe you'd like it, I wouldn't. So have a lot of great views coming up, so stay tuned and I'll bring you guys along with me. Siffleur Falls truly is breathtaking. It's just the power of the actual waterfall. As you can see here where it goes to the edge there, kind of see the water down there below, that's a straight drop down. If you've done scrambling and stuff, good chance you'll be able to do this no problem. Never rush though, always take your time. It's really not worth rushing. Always give yourself more time than you need. Just because you might see someone on YouTube or a different type of social media doing something or going somewhere doesn't mean that it's actually the best spot to go to. Most of the people that go there and film these awesome areas, they have lots of experience doing so. Look at that. And you get to see the whole canyon down there. That's the water currently rushing down towards the Siffleur Bridge that we crossed after the boardwalk. Give you guys another idea what it's actually like here. Here's the trail. That's what happens if you fall. You end up in that. A lot of white water and stuff that you don't want to hit. And if you happen to come at the same area I am, how's your number? Don't try to destroy any of the vegetation or anything. Stay on this path. I usually come in this way and then head out back on the normal trail. Like right here is a amazing view of the gorge, but come over and then boom, see that? You don't want to, that's straight down. You don't need to go down those cliffs, anything like that there. They can crumble at any time, crash. You know, you don't have to go straight up to the edge. You don't got to sit on one of these rocks or anything like that there. As you can tell from under there, there's not much holding that rock on. Just a safety note. This is an amazing view though right here. Hey guys. So going here along the edge of the gorge here, the edge of the ridge. As you can see, it's a pretty amazing area here. This is another great spot here. Another great view. Got the mountains up there. You got the Siffleur River coming through the canyon here. And again, you got the crazy drop off down to the side. And don't try to go down there, because as you climb back up, that stuff's just going to break and slide down and keep sliding, and it won't be a good situation. I bring a Garmin GPS unit with me, when I travel, it also has satellite communication. But it's always good because when you're taking these side trails, there's so many of them that crisscross in and out. Sometimes you need to check where you are. This is one of my all-time favorite areas for sure. I'm here probably at least once every 2 months, if not more often. I have some great photos from here on my Instagram at Backcountry Views Official, as well as on my store at backcountryviews.ca. Backcountryviews.com is just an area for you guys. It has all the trail info, wildlife tips, safety, hotel areas, and such. Up there, a lot of white water. Always remember, if you're wearing sunglasses, to check them after you go by low-hanging bushes, because they can be knocked off your head. When you're going up the hill too, don't take big steps. Try to plant your feet under your shoulders. You'll get less tired that way. Right here they have a safety fence, as they do in a couple locations along the area. Just because you'd hate to fall down into that. But like, look at the view as it travels down through there. You gotta admit, that's pretty damn nice. Little observation deck here. Sculpting the landscape. Water can gently cleanse and relax you in a shower. It can also sculpt landscapes like the one you see before you. 30,000 years ago, this valley is filled with glacier 1 kilometer thick. As it flowed across the landscape, the glacier carved the valley into a U shape. When the glacier melted, it left behind a deep layer of sediment called till. The river that formed from the glacier's meltwater gradually carried some of the till away, forming a wide channel at the bottom of the valley. Look upstream and you can see the banks of till on either side of the channel. I'm not sure if you can see that here from the video here, guys, but kind of right here is what you're looking at. After the glacier melts, clues are left within the terrain we see today. You can see where the glacier is here, and then it's melt. Areas running down from it going across. Interesting fact here, in 1958, Sir James Hector named Siffleur Mountain after the hoary marmot. The marmots, also known as whistlers, call with a long, loud whistling note. The French word for whistling is siffleur. The river, as well as the Siffleur Wilderness area, was named after these alpine residents. As you peer over the edge, notice the layers of bedrock. Imagine what this canyon will look like in another 1,000 years with the river persistently washing it away. Interesting to think about though, eh? This gives a good view of the canyon over there. So you see up in the area, there's a little lookout ledge up there. I'll try to zoom in on it. And then I was walking along the top of that over there. So just remember that if you don't feel comfortable with that drop, as you can see ahead, basically straight down, you know what I mean, you can stay on the main trail. But this little area does offer a beautiful view, and you can see the erosion where it's wearing it away. It's eroding it away. Look at that. Hey guys. Coming along, you can hear the water here. Pretty loud. I'm going to extend my selfie stick. I'm not going to the edge. Extended my selfie stick there so you guys could see that. I won't actually get to see that until I edit the video. As you can see here, we're coming to a little platform. A little steep here. Remember to hold on to the side. Basically like a straight drop down. You walk out, we have here a nice little observation deck. As you come out, if you're afraid of heights, I don't suggest you walk out on this. Look at that, the power of the Siffleur River. As it rips right in between that. Imagine in 1,000 years, it'll probably be like a wider piece. People can look back on videos such as mine and other people who have done this and be able to see the difference. Then as we come around here, this is Siffleur Falls. Hopefully it's not making the screen too wet. If it is, I apologize. As you guys can tell, there's a lot of pressure. Coming down. I just extended the selfie stick again. Hopefully that doesn't make you guys nauseous or anything. You can see the water as it hits, so it's coming. There's a lot of water coming over that quick. Such a beautiful area here. And it's nice that they have the observation deck so people don't get too close to the falls. Always remember to watch your step though. As you can see, it is pretty rocky outcrops and stuff that I'm walking along here. Trees hanging down. Lots of slips and trips. When you come up to this area here, you're going to want to walk over to where the sidewalk is. It is slippery though, as you can see. It's kind of wet from the mist of the falls. Be careful as you go down this area here. You can very easily slip and fall and hurt yourself. It is very wet. If you're coming along here, especially if you have kids, but as you can see here, it's pretty amazing. Look at that. You don't get to see that every day. They don't want you walking on the other side of over there. They have the yellow tape up and stuff. The trail does continue on down there. There's a couple more waterfalls. But today I'm just bringing you to here. And again, as you come down here, be super careful. Because even with unbelievable grip, actually with these Gore-Tex off trail by North Face, actually I have phenomenal grip, but still though, can't rely on a shoe. Always got to be smart. I'm going to try to extend you guys, hopefully you don't get too covered in mist. As you can see up here, this is where it comes from. It's a lot tamer up here. Still though, don't want to go in the water. There's a couple more waterfalls and stuff up along there. I have a lot more adventures planned for coming up. I have an epic fly fishing adventure coming up as well. Might share the location like my last one. Show you where the river is. I won't show you where the pools are. That's half the fun of discovering it. But anyways, as you watch the Siffleur River go over a straight drop, here, I hope you guys liked the video. If you did, remember to like and subscribe, share with your friends. Have any questions, leave a comment. Tell me your favorite hike, a place you'd like to see me go. And I'll see you next time, right here at Backcountry Views.